Hello, I hope that this midweek video finds you all well and continue to be safe. You'll notice that I am not in my usual space in the sanctuary. I am actually in our screened-in room at our house. You can see my little duckies there. I hope you can hear me well. I've got some construction going on back there. It sounds like they're tearing down a tree or something. I don't know. We live in one of those neighborhoods where they're always building something, so we sort of get used to it. I want to talk to you this morning, and the reason why I'm out here in my screened-in porch is, well, because it's raining outside and I don't want to get wet, and also because I want to talk about birdsong. And that's basically what it is. It's birds creating song. And the reason I want to talk about this is I was out early in the morning, like at 5:15, 5:30 in the morning. Do not ask me why I was out there. Just I was out in the morning and just listening. And it struck me how intensely the singing of the birds seemed. How it just seemed to envelop the entire area. And I did some research, and this is called a dawn chorus, and it's quite common for people who study birds. And I'm not a birder, and I'm not an ornithologist, so I know birds fly, and I know they got feathers, and that's about the extent of my knowledge of birds. So I was researching this dawn chorus, and there's several theories as to why birds do this dawn chorus, why they seem to sing most intensely right in the early hours of the wee hours of the morning, sort of like between 4:30 and 6:30, 7 o'clock before the sun comes up. And one of the main theories is it's a mating thing. It's either birds trying to find a mate or trying to attract a mate, and it's a courting. So they found one and they're trying to impress that mate. And it's a courting ritual, and basically what it is, it's a last bird singing. It's cooler in the morning, and a bird who can sing loudly and for a long period of time is a very healthy bird, and so very worthy of being a mate. And so they think maybe it's part of the mating ritual. It's part of the showing them how impressive they are as birds and to the other sex of the species. And sounds reasonable. Again, I'm not a bird person, but it sounds very true. Another theory is that because they do this in the morning, because they're trying to attract a mate, and it's more effective to sing in the morning because the cooler air allows the song to go further, thus attracting a wider audience, so to speak. If you're going to give a concert, you want the most people to hear it as you can. And it also, there's less noise in the morning, especially here in the city. It's a little bit quieter, and so you don't have to compete with as much noise if you're a bird, and so you're being more effective with your singing. And so that sort of goes into the mating. And then I love this theory. Somebody said, well, it's dark. There's nothing else for them to do. So they're awake and they can't go hunting. They can't really see anything, so they just sing. There's nothing better to do, so might as well sing. I like that theory. I'm a singer. I like to sing when there's nothing better to do. So I think that's really cool that birds also, when there's nothing else better to do, let's just sing. I think we could learn a lot from birds. And then I came across this last theory, and I really love this. It's for the good of the community. They sing in the morning for the good of the community, for the good of their spouse, their mate, their fellow birds. A lot of people think that, especially mating pairs, one of the mating pairs will go off and sing for their chosen one to sort of renew their bond, to strengthen that bond they have for one another, saying, hey, I'm here, I'm going to be here for you. And then also, oftentimes birds will sing as a warning to other birds and to birds in their family that there's something wrong. And so this also lets them know, hey, if you can hear me and you can hear me singing this song, there's nothing wrong. We're safe. And I thought that was so amazing that this dawn chorus that we are blessed with every morning has all these effects on bird kind and us. It helps them attract mates, and helps them to create this sense of community among themselves and their families. And how wonderful it is that birds have figured this out, that they just sing. When they sing, everything's fine. Everything's going well. When they're in connection with one another, everything is good. And I went, and I was listening to it the other morning, I was like, it's sort of what's happening now. We can't see each other. We got to keep ourselves physically apart right now. It's for safety's sake, and so that we can stop the spread of this virus. And so many of us have discovered ways to still be in contact with one another, to sing, so to speak, and let folks know that they're safe, that they're being watched over, that this bond we have with one another, even though we cannot be together, is still there. I mean, this video is one of those means that we're using to connect with one another. I'm using to connect with you all. We're making phone calls, we're writing letters, we're sending emails, we're sending texts, we're sending videos to one another, we're doing fun things on the sidewalk with chalk. Where I went down one street the other day, and they had hidden on the street 50 panda bears. They had copied a panda bear on copy paper, and they had hidden them around down the street in the neighborhood, so kids could go down the sidewalks and try to find all the 50 panda bears that were hidden. And it's a great way to be socially distanced and together, and to let each other know that they're not in this alone. Because the truth of the matter is sometimes we can feel very alone when life is normal and when everything's going fine. And that feeling of being alone can just be magnified when things are going like they are now. When we're not sure when we're going to be able to get together again. When we're not sure if we go to the grocery store we're going to be able to find all the food stuff that we want. When we're not sure when something's going to be open or closed, or if we're going to stay healthy or we're going to get sick. And if we get sick, is it going to adversely affect our families? And it's just so much uncertainty that loneliness can be exemplified or magnified. And so we're all having to try to find these ways to stay connected, to sing for each other, to pray for one another, to let each other know that if you can hear my voice, if you can hear my song, everything is okay. We are still connected as one. So my friends, as we go into these weeks of uncertainty, as we go into this, hopefully soon we'll be phasing into an opening of our economy, and with all that's going to come even more headache and probably more pain and excitement and unsure what's going to happen next. And let's keep each other in our thoughts and in our prayers. Let's sing for each other. Let's make sure we're reaching out. Let's make sure we're letting folks know that everything will be okay. That we're still here. We're still here for you, just as you're still there for me. And let's keep the dawn chorus that has been being played these past 8 weeks, I guess now. Just keep it growing and growing and growing, so that no one thinks that they are completely alone. And let's keep our community connected, even when we cannot be together. Just like the birds. They do it every morning. It's so simple and so lovely and so beautiful. And that is my prayer and my hope for you this midweek. Amen.